All right, let's talk about temptation. You know, that internal battle we all fight pretty much every day. Well, today we're giving you the playbook to win. We're going to walk through 5 super smart, practical strategies to help you master those impulses and finally start crushing those big goals you've set for yourself.
I mean, come on, who hasn't been here, right? You know you have a goal, you know what you should do, but somehow that donut just made a more convincing argument. It's a frustratingly universal feeling, but I promise you it doesn't have to be your default setting.
So what's really going on inside our heads in that moment? Well, it's basically a tug-of-war. You've got your impulsive brain, which is all about instant gratification. It's screaming, I want it, and I want it now. And then you've got your rational brain, the part that's thinking about the future, about your long-term goals. The 5 strategies we're about to cover, they're all designed to give your rational brain the home field advantage.
Okay, so our first couple of strategies are all about being proactive. Because honestly, the easiest way to win a fight is to make sure it never even starts. Let's dive into how you can set up your environment and your own mind for success before temptation even gets a chance to knock on the door.
First up is something called trigger reduction. And it's one of those ideas that's so simple it's brilliant. It's literally just out of sight, out of mind. If you don't want to eat junk food, don't keep it in the house. If you get distracted by your phone, mute the notifications when you need to focus. You remove the trigger and poof, the temptation often just vanishes.
Now, our next proactive defense is a huge mindset shift. Instead of wrestling with a decision over and over again, you make a simple, firm rule for yourself beforehand. It's not, I'll try not to, it's, I don't. As in, I don't eat dessert on weekdays, or I don't check emails after 8 p.m.
And this right here is why it works so well. When you make it a rule, the debate is over. It just ends the negotiation. You're no longer draining your precious willpower arguing with yourself. The decision's already been made, which frees up all that mental energy for things that actually matter.
But let's be realistic. Sometimes temptation just ambushes you, right? You can't control every situation. For those moments, you need a different set of tools. These are the tactics you pull out when you're right there, face to face with an urge, and you need to do something fast. This number? This is your new secret weapon. It's the 10-minute rule. You see, most cravings and urges are like waves in the ocean. They feel huge and powerful in the moment, but they actually pass pretty quickly. The goal here isn't to deny the feeling forever, it's just to create a little bit of space. And here's exactly how you use it. It's a simple 3-step process. First, just acknowledge the urge. No judgment. Okay, I really want to buy that thing online. Step 2, commit to waiting just 10 minutes. Set a timer, go for a quick walk, do anything else. Then, step 3, after the 10 minutes are up, just check in. Ask yourself, do I still want it as badly? You'll be amazed how often the intensity is just fizzled out. Your rational brain has had time to catch up. This next tactic is an absolute game changer. Our brains really don't like a vacuum. So if you just try to stop doing a bad habit, it's incredibly difficult. It's so much more effective to replace that bad habit with a better one. Instead of just saying no, you give yourself a better yes. Here are a couple of perfect examples. Feeling that pull to procrastinate? Instead of fighting it, just do one super easy 5-minute task related to your project. Craving a sugary snack? Don't just sit there miserable. Grab a healthier option that you already have ready to go. See? You're still satisfying the underlying urge, but in a way that actually moves you forward. This brings us to the last, and maybe the most powerful in-the-moment tactic you have. It's all about reconnecting with your why. When that short-term temptation feels like it's taking over, you have to stop and ask yourself this crucial question. And the answer is to visualize the outcome you really want. I mean, take a second, close your eyes, and actually picture what it will feel like to achieve that long-term goal. Feel the pride, the accomplishment. When you make that future reward feel real and immediate in your mind, the temporary pleasure of that temptation just starts to look a lot smaller in comparison. So let's bring all this together. What have we learned? Mastering temptation is not about having superhuman willpower. It's not about gritting your teeth and just powering through with brute force. It's about being strategic. Think of your willpower like a muscle that gets tired. These strategies are smart because they help you conserve that energy for when you really need it. And here it is, your complete temptation toolkit. You've got your 2 proactive defenses, reduce the trigger and make it a rule, and your 3 in-the-moment tactics, the 10-minute delay, replacing with a better habit, and remembering your bigger goal. With these 5 in your back pocket, you are ready for pretty much anything. Look,
The most important thing to take away from all this is that you are not helpless when temptation shows up. You now have a proven set of tools, a real strategy to help your rational brain, the goal-oriented part of you, win that internal debate.
So, that just leaves one last question for you. With this new toolkit in hand, what's the very first temptation you're going to master? Think about it, pick one, choose your strategy, and give it a shot. You've got